Oh, hello. Welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations of Clay. My name is Louis Palladine, and today I'd like to paint the Indominus Rex that I made a few weeks ago. We'll be using acrylic paints. We're going to be using grays, browns, some red colors, some darker browns, pink, a yellow, and black. And they're all right here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just kind of push these more to the side so they're not in our way now that you've seen them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the entire body gray. It's like a base coat. So what I am going to do is I'll put that right here. And we'll start with that. So I'm going to take a nice wide brush and we'll do it with that. That way we can paint the whole thing. So see how I'm painting this right here. Yeah, it's looking real good now. So we've done the base coat of the gray. So what I want to do now is I want to just quickly maybe use the hairdryer. We'll dry it a little bit. This will make it a little easier to work with right now. That's why I want to dry it off a little bit. So the next thing that I want to do is we're going to paint the mouth. So what I want to do is we're going to paint that pink. So I'll put a little bit of pink paint right there. And I'm going to get a smaller brush for that. And I'll show you. What we want to do is paint the inside of the mouth right here. See that in there? We want to paint that pink. See that? Try to hold it so you can kind of see it. We're painting that. Do that. And then I also want to paint the lower part of the jaw pink too. In here I'm painting like underneath the tongue. Just want to paint that. So it's starting to look really nice. And then, see that? I'll try to rotate it so you can see the pink that we did. And then underneath the tongue. So now, we're going to paint. I'm going to take a nice red and we're going to paint the tongue. So now I'm going to take this and we're going to paint that tongue. See that? Right there. I want to make sure that the Okay, so I painted that. See that nice red color? Nice contrast to the pink. Yeah, that looks good. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to paint the teeth. And I'll do it's almost like an off-white color. I'm going to put that right there. Now we're going to paint the teeth. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to paint the teeth. So like you see right here. You know, and I might have to touch up the red in a minute, but I just want to paint these teeth. Make sure we get this. And you want to try to get both sides too. So what I'm trying to do is paint both sides of the teeth. So just want to get it from both angles. So that's starting to look really nice. See that? I got the teeth. And we can always touch those up afterward if I overpainted some stuff. The next thing that I want to do is I want to do black. I want to do the eyes. And then we'll take a smaller brush because I want to paint the eye. Let's see, I want to make sure that's, try to get that to a point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the pupil of the eye black. Put that in there. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the side. And then what I also want to do too is paint the inside of the nostrils black. Right here. On the dinosaur. See that? Yep, that's starting to look good. Okay. So what we want to do is I'll put a little of the yellow there. What I'm going to do is try to paint the eye, the rest of the eye yellow. See that? They'll do the same on the other side. And then We might have to touch the black on this too, but I just wanted to. There. So we got the yellow on both sides. So now we can move on to some of the other colors. And we're going to use like a light brown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right there. And what we're going to do is dab the underside of the legs a little bit. Just slightly touch it. See, like that. See that area there? I'm doing right under there. And then do the feet a little bit. And I'm going to dab that a little bit, give it a little more color. I'm going to do back here. I'm going to do a little bit around there. Just dab that with that light brown, like that. I want to kind of do the underside here. Dab a little around there. See that I'm doing the legs. I'm going to do the sides a little bit. Get a little bit of the hands here. See that? Just kind of dab all around like that. Then we'll try to get the underside a little bit. Just to give it a little more color. Just want to get that under there and dab a little bit around. I just want to get that light brown color in there. That way we can kind of get that in there. Get all around. So I want to get like the back of the legs here. See how I'm doing that? Back of the legs here. And then I'll just ever so slightly dab some of these areas too, to add a little color. See, I'm doing that. Add a little color there. Okay, starting to come along nicely. Now what we want to do is, now that we've done that color, I can move that out of the way. We're going to kind of do like a darker brown color. I'm going to put that right there. So now we'll clean that brush up a little bit. Get it ready to go for the next one. And now, I'm just going to dab along the sides here and stuff. Dab that a little bit. So doing that. Just dab a little bit with that color. So could dab that nicely. Dab that in there a little bit. See that? I'm just going to dab that a little bit, give it a little more color. Then we'll dab a little bit more over here too. See that? Want to get a little more color into there. Dab that around up there. And then we'll probably try to dab a little in here too. I want to do the scale, see that? That's doing it in a nice color. Just dab like that. Just ever so slightly. You don't want to put too much, but we'll kind of get that there. Dab that nicely. See how that is? That's starting to look, really starting to look nice. Just gotta touch it a little bit, you know, like that. because it gives a nice variation of color. That's what I'm looking for. So now that we've done that, a darker brown now. I'm going to come back in with a darker brown. And we're also going to do another color that I want to do that's going to help. But before we do that darker brown, we're going to do kind of like a red rust color. The red rust type color. Because I'm going to kind of dab that up there. Ever so slightly. Dab a little bit here and there. See that? It's starting to look really nice. I want to get a little more in here. Then we'll dab a little bit around here. Yep. What I like about this, gives it nice variation in color by combining the different colors like that. I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, now I told you we're going to use that dark brown color now. So what we're going to do with that is I want to kind of come in and darken this up a little bit. This area here, the very back. I'm going to paint some of these spikes on the back. Darken that up a little bit. So. Yeah, see that? Nice. See how that? See how I'm doing that nicely? Just want to kind of darken up this area here. And we'll try to do both sides. And then we'll try to do over here too. That's right there. See how nice that looks? And then we'll also darken up a little around here too. I'm going to darken up a little around here. A little around the jawline too. Just make it a little darker. Darken that up a little bit. darken these up a little bit. See the hands? Doing the hands. Kind of darken that up a little bit that way. Yeah, it's coming along really nicely. And then I might darken up these spikes a little bit. See this? And I'll do from the other side too. See that? And then, let's see. Darken this up a little bit. See how that's coming along nicely? That's exactly what I want to do. There's one area I want to hit again, and it's with the black. Okay, so what I want to do now is like the claws. See right here? Paint those black. I'm going to try to get both sides. Paint the claws. See I'm doing that? And you want to paint it from both sides so you can get them nicely. And then you also want to paint the claws on the feet too. You want to make those a nice black. And I'll quickly see that, how we're painting that? And you want to make sure you paint like all around the claw. But you see how I painted those claws on the feet? And then, you know, there's some areas we could touch up again. Like I would come back in and touch up the teeth, maybe touch up around the eye area. But now you can see that we've done a fantastic job on the paint. You know, nice variation in color, which I like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the final version will look like. And this right here is the final version of the Indominus Rex. So like you can see the nice white teeth, the yellow eye with the black. You can see the variation of color that we had done. You know, so I'm just going to spin that around for you. And then you can see the top right here. See that? How we darken that up really nicely. And I think it came out really pretty good. You can see how it's lighter on the bottom. And I think we did a very good job with that today. And I do want to thank you for coming to the show, Creations of Clay. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now. Thank you.